Alright, so this is what we were asked to do, right? I believe before
Yes, sir.
now we've been working on multiple things that things should gradually get easier, right? So you have to know that one thing about programming is not just about writing codes, but your ability to be able to think, have to be able to think logically using the knowledge you have about that programming language. You begin to think, how do I how do I do this with my knowledge? Sometimes your thoughts may be limited. That's why there's Stack Overflow. That's why there's W3 schools. That's why there's MDN docs. That's why there are lots of materials out there. And if as a developer or an intending to be developer, you don't want to be able to think. I don't think it's anybody will be helping you. That's literally what you do. Sometimes you just see random tasks on the internet and just to link yourself into. So here now, um, okay, let's just work on this and see how it goes. Mm. So we are used to creating our React app now. It's not going to be a big deal again. Already we've been doing that for a long time now. So of course it is import React from React. Next thing we have is import React from fulfilled. We fulfilled the first task here, and then we are now left with the greeting here. So of course we know that we would have to tap into our React DOM to render a message. So since it is just one greeting message and they said that greeting message should be a H1, we know we should just do something like so, and then it's separated by a comma. We tap into our ID. Okay, now this has worked. So we have this working. Now there are a few things they now want us to do, right? Include There are a few things they want us to do. Things like resetting an if else statement that is it should give different greeting, right? And while we can solve for that, it's of course we also spoke about the new dates, the new dates method. And we said in this new date, um new date displays for us data like year, month, day, hour, minute, second, millisecond. Set is for how it displays to us, right? So, and we looked at various methods that we can use to tap into our day, yeah, we tried one yesterday. So it's just like don't tap get and you see that for year is get full year. For hour, this is what we want to do. Get full hours, right? And of course we have to pass it into a function, to a variable, a constant variable, right? and we can say uh, current hour. And don't forget that this is a method. If you don't do this, it will not work. And that's done, right? So whether you choose to do, whether somebody may choose to do something like you want to say date equals to uh, new bits, right? And then you now want to come and say hour equals to new uh, bit to get hours. This is what you want to do. It's fine, it will still work. I just like writing this way. This is just how I want to
Can
work.
you?
I'll say
Sorry.
something.
Yes, this is your other method. Can you leave it there and just comment it? So thank you.
The other method I said,
Yes, just leave it and comment it there. Yeah, thank you.
choose to do it like so. Said it's still fine.
You didn't put the bracket after hours.
Yeah, don't worry. That bracket is very, very important. Because without the brackets, so now we have a function checking for our hour, right? So another thing we can do is we can now, instead of declaring our greeting here, we can simply pass set a variable that will use our conditional statement to check the time and give a specific greeting, which we can simply try by doing, we can do something like const greeting. Leave it empty. So now we can now like come under and say, what do we say now? If if current hour is less than 12, like they said here, good morning if between midnight and 12 p.m. So of course we know that morning, as soon as it's 12 p.m., afternoon begins, right? So if current hour is less than 12, and you have to note that okay, you can still test for something. Say maybe we can go to our console here. Say we say hour equals to new date. Date as ah She's telling us our hour. If we say, if we decide to pass in our own year, say 2024, 11, 11, 21. Okay, show this one error now. We are supposed to be able to set, supposed to be able to set our own data. So we can simply go into, see. Okay, it has to be with hyphen, not just spacing. Okay, let me try that again. Okay, so we can see that now. It's telling us Thursday, January 1970, blah blah blah. That's not what I said now. Okay, hour dot get hour. So points we're trying to make is I'm just trying to show us that our time zones actually how we represent it in computer is that since since 12 a.m. can be early morning, 12 a.m. can still be afternoon. How do the computer differentiate them? That is in their hour segment. So 12 a.m. in the morning is usually regarded as 00. That's how you get to like 00 hour, which is midnight, right? 00 hour. Then 1 in the morning is 1. That's why currently our time is 9. That is ninth hour of the day, right? So if we now get into the afternoon, say 12 p.m., it will now start, it will get 11, 12. When it gets to 1 p.m., 1 p.m. is what, Kezie? The 24-hour format. 1 p.m. is what?
It's 13.
That's 13, 14. So 6 p.m. will be 18. Exactly. Thank you so much. That's actually what I was trying, to point out. So thank God you know that. So if current hour is less than 12, then we will now make our greeting, give a value, give a string to our greeting. Let our greeting now become good morning. And else if current hour is greater than 12. No, how can we, because from 12 p.m. is afternoon, right? So we can say if it is less than, if it is less than,
Me? Midnight, midnight
18.
is 24.
Afternoon.
6 p.m. is 8.
6 p.m. is from evening, I mean.
Yes, that's between 18 and 24.
18 and 24 is evening. Okay, so we can say if hour is less okay, let's use what we said here. Good afternoon, in between 6 p.m. and midnight. Okay, so that means 6 p.m. is 18, the 18th hour. What should we do? Greeting should be equals to good afternoon, and then else, of course, any other hour is what? Greeting becomes good night, good evening, abi? And now we no longer need this um string in here. How would we do this? What would we put here instead?
Um, you can use curly braces to bring in any of the greetings there. Yes.
So yeah, this is what we should do. So why is our code whining us? What is the matter with this? There's no issue here. No.
Will you give it an empty string? Will you give it an empty string? The greeting variable. I don't know, I'm just asking.
Yes, we can make it an empty string.
I think something is wrong with line 11. I don't know. According to that, their message. Am I wrong?
Zero.
No, I can't see any. The line on the line 8 on the if statement, why is it there?
You're not seeing what is happening here. You know, before this, it was this code that was there. Now I deleted the
Yeah.
code. You know, the red has just been showing there, just like that. I don't even know what it's all about.
Hmm. It's something we need to calm down and figure out. This thing can be so disturbing sometimes.
Where the issue started. When I named it first, it threw me this error. Now that I've renamed it let, it does not want to work again. Oh.
Okay, see, can we copy this code and put it inside a normal console and see if it will run there? Then maybe we can figure out the error from there.
Should run. Let's try. You also have to know that this is Java, this is React, right? So you see, it does not even know React. That means we have to
Yeah, we
use
can
what?
remove all the React stuff there.
We have to use Babel.
Okay, your guy, Babel. Right, right.
Okay, even Babel is trying. See,
Let me check. This else current hour is less than 18. Is it interfering with the first if statement of, I don't know, less than 12?
no, I don't think it is. Normally, what would happen is that it will check normally that is this hour, is it less than, they will check
Yeah,
if it is less than 12. If it is,
Sure,
remember, the focus is always in. Don't forget.
yes.
Yeah. The focus is
Okay.
always in. So it will start with if. If it is less than 12, it will just use the if. So why there is an else is just in case the if is not true. Then check for the
The else
else.
can
That is
run.
when it will now proceed to the else. Is this? Just in case the if does not return true. That is literally what that is.
At this
But
point,
what could be the challenge? So maybe we can try to, if possible.
you know, we You know, there was a day we encountered this issue. The time you were treating conditional statements. Do
Really,
you
which day
remember?
was that?
While we were treating this if else something, there was a day we encountered something like this. And I think you put this I think and
Look at the
and
mistake. Look at the mistake here. Look at the
okay,
mistake.
okay.
See the variable I named. Current
Okay.
hour. And see what I did here.
See your correct hour here. Oh God. Shit. The thing has been pointing to line 11, but we're not just careful enough.
Yeah. Yes. I just said let me calm down and try to few things. So because remember we said it's going to look at our time, our physical time here, right? And our time we are still in the morning. So you see it has returned to us. Good morning. Ah, so if we pass in an hour, say we go and pass in our own specific day. Say we say 2024, 12, 12, 12. You see that it has told us good afternoon. If I set it at 18, have you seen it? Good evening. So we are not using this. We want it to use our real time. So we simply solve for that one. You see that even this place is still showing that red. Why is it showing red? Anywhere I move this line up, it's just just sticking to it, even though there's really no issue. See? Now if we want it to run on our if we do this, they saying it cannot use a statement outside a module, meaning it cannot import React because it does not know React. The console is not going to work it. Let's see that our cons React. Let's just forget about this. It's not. So that's that. Now, on the part of the color, which may be a little bit technical, so we can still literally like do the same thing. So remember, if you look at our style here, we have the styling, right? And the styling for what we want it to take. I want it to have a font size of 50 pixel. I want it to have a font width, bold font width, like text bolding, and a little border at the bottom, like underlined or something. And if we want to put that into our file, remember in our H1 tag, we simply do what class name, right? Like you guys correctly did. Class name dot heading. No, 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 heading. And it has done that. Heading. Is when you come to your style, you give it the dot heading. With the class name heading. And now our class has been important. So we now have to think about color aspects of code, which might be um, so we can just like we did in our greeting, we can say custom color. We can say our custom color should be. I want to tap into that custom coloring, tap into the color attributes and say red. We've not called this in our code yet. We want to do that. We simply do that by saying change style, right? Custom color. You see that? No, sir. Can you see what I'm doing?
Yes, sir. I'm seeing it.
So we want the color to be. What did you say? We want the next color to be green, right? If it is
Yes.
afternoon, we want it to follow green. Then night, it should follow blue. I'll say rename this out. It should follow blue. Now we've done that. We see the text color for the good morning as yellow. Okay. This is morning, right? Like we said earlier, if we specify our own hour, if we specify our own hour, say 2024, um, we'll give it November 11th, and we give it 21 hours. Let me use a back date. So what is it telling me here? So the style property express a mapping from style properties to values, not to a string. Why is it showing error whenever I try to set my date? What is wrong with the guy again? It's the morning hour. I give it a morning hour, it is throwing me in now. Ellen is complaining about our H1. So, Kezi, what do you think can be the cause?
Hmm. Uh, uh, it's making reference to line 24. Are we supposed to look at that class name and then the style this thing there? Are they supposed to be like that? I've not tried this before, so I am not sure.
Are you
I'm
not
just
seeing
guessing.
what happens? If I take out the beats,
It will run.
if I allow it to use his hand and do the date, well, I'm trying to I remember I specified a date before now, it's worked. So if I
Yes,
just say,
yes.
let me specify my own date, it's now I need. I wanted to specify a date so that we can use it to test for afternoon and evening.
Okay. Did you see this thing here? I don't know. This is their error message. For example, scroll down the code first. Let's see. Let me see. Check something. Okay, hold on. Stay with me. Hmm. I know something is wrong in this line 24, but then I don't even know what the problem is there. You notice that the good night worked, but then the color is not reflecting on it.
If I put this in double quotes, which is not really what we want. Custom color. Okay, there's a mistake. Look at the mistake I made here. It is on, look at my line 14. Remember, I created an object here, custom color, and I gave it attributes, one of which is color empty string. And look at why this first one is working. Because I tapped into the object, that particular object that's specified here. You see that? So I didn't do that for this one. I'm supposed to tap into what I want to set, which is this. You see that? But why is the way still not working now? Where did that code was come from? It's come on now. All right. Let's see that now. So if I set afternoon, say 13, rain. So, and then we're done, right? So that was a little bit. So, yeah, I don't know if you have any questions.
I, for me, I don't. I just have to try do this on my own later. My problem was having to uh, how to call this. I don't know if I should have written the conditional statements the way we used to do in normal JavaScript. That was why I was having issue dealing with this thing before now. You know.
Yeah, it's fine. It's always very nice to try out things. And even you try this thing out now, this time I we took, we wouldn't have taken it. So that is for that. We spoke about the various kind of stylings and all that, right? So we just spoke this to my spoke about my God, where's my code? Where is my code?
Did you not copy it? I thought you wanted to copy it somewhere.
My brother, I don't think I did.
Well done, sir.
You out there, well done. Well done, very well. Oh, well done a lot. You want to do online class?
I'm just saying.
You did not go to Chikezie house, right? This is jail. I'm sharing his jail. All right. So you're welcome, smart boss. So that's that for color. I've just used this to show how how inline color and then internal CSS would look like inside the React app. So depending on what exactly it is you are building, you can just play around and stuff. So what I would like us to look out for today is I'd like us to start looking at components, right? React components. And if you remember, like, one of the one of the when I opened Airbnb website for you, I showed you a couple things, right? I showed you what makes what makes all this appear like this, right? This three is a key thing, right? One of them is components. Now, right, components. And what does the military schools tell us? We had components now. Let's read this together. One, two, go.
Okay. So components are
Components are
independent and reusable bits of code.
They serve the same purpose as JavaScript functions, but work in isolation and return HTML.
Isolation and
Components are
HTML.
script types, class and function.
Class components and function components. We will concentrate on function components. That's what they said we'll do in this class, right? I think I was creating a note back then. Mobile app. So this is literally how components look like. When we say components, like we've seen them say earlier, they said they are reusable bits of code. How do I even find all those files I've been working on since? Let me see if I can go back. If you have that your code where I said you should write a list, actually this, you have this. So you can put it on. Let us see how um, complements was like. So this is an example of how you decide to like complement it and say you create a function, since I call that function. Since example, right? Not really starting something around this. Actually, not even have the chance, time to be able to achieve something like this. Otherwise, I'll just be deceiving myself about it. It says this basic stuff said, never would have come and yes, I'm going to try our best. Just start to, as far as I'm doing good foundation. When you decide to scale your knowledge, it shouldn't be an issue or challenge. So this is what we say. We're not really speaking because and the sentence of how say said function, right? Then your which is says independent we using said there are two types function. So this simply how the function is. I can decide to create a function now. Say that function should be heading to count this place it inside here. And can now come here now and say all the function. Eh, let the same purpose as JavaScript function, but works in isolation and return HTML. They return HTML. I'm supposed to do is fine. Yes. Did you see that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So okay, tell me what you noticed. Tell me what you noticed.
So
That's something else
I
to notice though.
noticed that the code you just put still allows what remained before to be. I think there's no changes. It's just that you're trying to the code is just trying to duplicate something, but like to be duplicated, but still give you what you would have done using initial code. Like just what you did in return H1, my favorite cards. So you now come and put the heading after the dive. The heading now returns the function you call.
Very good, very good. So, Keze,
Uh, what I noticed is you created a heading function as by component and then returned a JSS syntax of H1. And I came into your React DOM and called that function, and then you got what you wanted
so
instead.
another thing I was expecting us to notice is how I created that component, that function component. Is this our naming convention in JavaScript normally? What did I name that function? What did I name that
The
function?
capitalized first letter of the name of the function.
Yes, but what did I name it?
Heading, no?
That heading, is that how we name things in JavaScript normally? No.
No, it is not.
So
Understand?
that is one thing I was expecting us to notice. And that is because the when you do something like this, the JavaScript immediately, the React understands that okay, this is React. This is React, right? That's one of the syntax we should take note of. It helps it identify that this is a JSX file, especially in the way you call it here. So you see that we have started entering into a little bit of more advanced React. Okay, normally, sir, this thing here, when we say you return, it returns it as HTML, meaning that you will actually do something like so, something like this. This is literally how you needed to call it. But all thanks to all thanks to the ES6. So this has now become a self a self-closing a self-closing tag. Self-close. Hey, Jesus. Self-closing tags now, like href and co. They are self-closing tags. They don't have things like this where you do here. You just have to self-close it, and the computer will still understand. So that's literally things you should take note of. That it is a function, and then your function name should always, have the first letter capitalized. Another thing we can also quickly do, you know, when we keep saying things like this, what is going to happen is that we will keep having longer and longer and longer and longer code. And statistics have proven countlessly that when you have a code that is so long, it becomes more difficult to understand or even read or debug. So we try to make it as short as possible, right? So there's also a way we can do that. If you come to your source here and you either you right click or you click the plus here and you say heading. Yes, yes. And hit enter. And you take all code from here, you cut it out from here. and we paste it in our head process. Of course, we don't just paste it. We have to still require our React, right? So I'm going to know that, okay, this is React I'm trying to run here. So we have to always do our ports from React. Port React from React. And still to talk about our so we always there was a page I opened up here. If you search on your Google Airbnb JavaScript style guide, remember we said Airbnb was built with style guide. So if you go to their GitHub repository, go through their JavaScript style guide, yeah, looking for their naming. Anyhow, Sha, you can always come to this Airbnb style guide. Follow the guide on the proper way to style your JavaScript, right? Yeah, it's really helpful. You can even decide to bookmark the page. Once in a while, you can just come and go through.
So how about the W3 school? Does it still have the this guide?
Yeah, I see naming. So as you can see, you can go it's true, you can check. You can see how it is. See what it's telling you here now. This is bad. My component style fancy. Component style fancy. But it's saying this is good. My component variant. Because of all those stuff, right? So these are style guys, JavaScript style guys. You can come to it. And because of how they do, see how once they are react, you just know that, okay, this is the proper way to do it. Not not putting it as a tag, opening it and closing it, and writing to it. So I shared my screen but check your deletion style before excuse me. So there's also when we import it, we have to import React to our DSS. Another thing we literally have to do, how do we make this our heading with DSS? How do we to be able to see now it's showing us error then they say something is not good. How do we make it display in our heading? That is what we also when we talk about imports, we have to do that. There is also export, right? So as we're going to do export process. We have to activate the export rights. Telling that hey, you have to be exporting. So I'm going to start using JSX file name to denote all of my components which are going to be written in JSX. Are cutting
Pardon.
element. And cut it out of Next.js into our heading JSX. Now, if you remember, then we also have to form inside. To actually find we also have this code inside anywhere we want to use that component. Just like we imported React, into things. We also code inside anywhere we want. Do this because modules into real JavaScript functions. So use this code, of course, to so copy that line and paste it. Did you see that? Doing this every time. So it was the code that I even referred to. You see now. This slash meaning that inside the same directory. Says the mission direction. You have to follow the file to illustrate that. Right. Even that inside the Node.js, it is too hard, right? But it still tends to, the file where we got our we don't use the extension. It's just going to be able to kind of like going to identify it and this is going to export and whoever is wanting it because of the clarity here export whoever wants to say yes actually can import it into its file. So you see that now we don't have anything. Let's try something else. So I want you guys to work on the component for list so that we don't have to have this list here. What we have to do is call the list tag that you have, let it show. Just like we did to this heading, do the same for list. Alright, go ahead guys. Let's see. Let's use that one to end the class. As soon as any of you is true, kindly just inform me, please.
Sorry, I said earlier, I'm not with my laptop. It's down, so just
So maybe we check this now. Should I stop sharing my screen so that we share?
I'm still working on it.
Share the screen. I'm listening. No, we have a lot to learn from you, sir.
All right, no wahala, sir. I'm trying to locate my. Hold on, I'll share my screen now, so you can direct me. Just a moment. Sharing, please stop sharing.
So let me even use this time to mark attendance more.
I'm sharing now.
So yesterday, how many persons were in
Okay.
class yesterday?
Can you see my screen?
Yeah, I can. Okay,
Okay.
you've not even
Please
done the
do.
one I did, so do the one I did.
No, I'll do it. I don't know how I caused the panel here to disappear, and I'm trying to look for it.
Just
Okay.
click on that SARS, like double click
Okay.
on it or something. No, I mean one on top. I double click, let it to come out. Not coming out.
No.
Click on that square box above. Style. Later you try and figure it out.
Should I just do it on? Should I do it on this thing? GS code.
Baba, do that thing here. Go to
I can't find that stuff now.
just click on
That's the problem,
source.
actually.
Just click on that source. Then you want under yes. Right
Uh-huh.
click on that source.
That's the right click.
It's not giving you the
What
ability to create new file. All right, see these
when
things that are here. Come to your right panel. Come towards the right here. What did this first one show? What did
No
this?
writing.
Click
No
on it.
writing.
Let's see what it will do. Okay. Click on it back. See it here. Heck. The second one, okay, what did you say? Nothing. Okay.
To duplicate the screen.
Yes, yes. Delete one. Click that third one. Show open the editors. Close off. Okay, go to that square back.
This.
Uh, go to dashboard. Click on it. Open this again. Let's see.
Now, what problem there?
There's
why not
something
click
at the bottom that I'm not seeing.
why not click on the arrow beside the that dashboard, that square, that arrow, that drop
It's
down.
still the same thing.
What of the editor? Come down to the editor.
Come down to this
Okay.
editor. Let's see what it will show.
That's the
Enable
editor.
and show default
Yes.
show default layout.
Click.
This.
Uh,
Click the let's see.
right. So
Right.
just adjust this, reduce this
I
small, it's
just
too long. Thank you
yes.
so much, smart boss. Now I don't dey to me your name. Now I believe you small,
What was
small,
waiting I do you now?
small. Dey form my hands.
Hmm.
Samsung don't bring AI come from fine. So next year you come to 23. Don't bring AI, that they five.
Um, return date for okay. Food items. Form. Data. Calling. Calling. On here. Yeah.
Should we clap for you now?
I'm not done. No. I don't even know.
Wow. What is the issue with your phone?
Trying to figure it out.
Just react. Delete that react DOM you put here first. And
Oh,
then save it as JSX. You should save it as JSX, not JX.
so I should change this one as well.
Heading just JSX. So JSX file. Or JS file. Still didn't work.
Still didn't work. I think something is wrong here.
Just open that your heading. Let's see your heading again. You
The
need
heading
the
was also
React
fine.
DOM. We need that React DOM. You don't need React DOM for this. So and then go back to your index.js. Let me see.
Hey, sorry. Okay.
So go to your list.
Okay.
Let's see.
Okay. Do I have, okay, it's already inside a div now, so
Go to your list.
yeah.
Let me see something. Let me new. That beginning of that return open bracket. The
Okay.
beginning of the US. Press enter. Okay, let it organize like this. Let's see. UL. This list.
Could not find name. React. Give me React. Oh, 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 oh.
That's exactly.
Programming will mess your head up.
I was like, why is it complaining about your React? I said, let
Ah,
me first of all look at your code before I now go to your import and export. So good job, good job, good job. So are there any questions? Is there any questions we may have? So yesterday, how many persons did we have? Chikezie Ilodugwe and what is that guy's name again? Udonte, abi?
That's number 10.
Then today, the same people. Let's just give this. Daniel Okubini came small yesterday, abi? Then Tricks AK came small today. All right, thank you so much, guys. So that they will not be disconnecting us again. Let's just have to round up on time. So just go ahead and practice. I'll just think of one assignment and do. I'm even tired of doing the assignment. Everyone wants to do anyone and see it hard, so no need.
Please be dropping it. We dey try now.
So thank you so much, guys. You have a wonderful day.
All right. Thank you very much, sir.